a good childhood, in the
Mm-hmm.
countryside, before I move forward to Kingston.
When you reflect and you think about mommy and daddy as a child, what would you say that you admire most about your mom and dad?
Well, my mother, my father, we admire most. My mother very stern, My mother come like a
Mm-hmm.
soldier. So growing up with my mother, read and true is like in a military camp, And
Mm-hmm.
my father is very stern as well, but in more kind of loving, and it's like I get attributes on both of them. Cause my
Mm-hmm.
mother stern, my father stern as well, but my father more social and loving. My mother really no nonsense person, same way, So what I admire about both of them the values of education and their love for family, them things that we admire, to be honest.
And as you speak about education, you went to the St. Andrew Technical High School. That was one of the schools that you attended. How would you describe Mark Dyer in the classroom?
Mark there in the classroom was very brilliant, was like a nerd. But still means a nerd in the classroom, but me very rebellious, like a rebel youth, different, Because I say my parents were very strict. So my mother, really my mother, both my parents strict, but my mother, if your grades not up and your parents teachers day at school, St. Anthony Technical High School, and cause they said the music started for me when I can remember, when I was in grade 7. So when my mother used to come to school, if the grades are the behavior and right, she beat in front of all my friends, and I couldn't afford that.
What?
So my mother beat in front of all my friends. She true. We were popular at school because of music and because of personality too. So we couldn't afford for that to happen because we get my ratings with a drop. Yeah. So we have to always the power P's and the Q's when it comes to the bookwork. And we give thanks to that because that helped me a lot today in writing music. All the music that I've written through the years, because of the good education background that I've gotten through my mother and my father, both parents.
Well, I hear you said that you got your introduction, but before I go to that question, let's go for a quick time signal.
Precious moments we share with you, everything's so right. Malta, you're full of life.
The time by Malta is...
It is now 12:45. So Warrior, so when you were in grade 7, you were doing music, but can you remember who or what ignited your passion for music?
All right, we'll go forward back to the country vibes. You see the country vibes on the sanity. My father, she have the shop and bar. More time, business, especially like shop and bar. The sound system always have to come. So my father used to have sound system playing there on a regular basis. And from that moment, music became a part of my life. I fell in love with music, So really and truly, we used to play all different type of music. My mother is a lover of music as well. So she used to play the Percy Sledge and the Fat Dominoes and the Michael Jackson and the Elvis Presley. So those are, I think, some of the early music we started listening, even before we get familiar with the Jamaican culture, with the reggae music and the dancehall music and the ska and the rock steady and the different genres of music that come out of Jamaica. So when we go to Kingston now, St. Anthony Technical High School, I know that the first person, when we started with I was started out as a DJ, a dancehall artist. So they used to come. My first dancehall name was Bunty Jr. because I used to patronize Bunty Killer.
What?
And happy belated birthday to Bunty Killer, by the way, Yeah. We used to patronize Bunty Killer. Every song when come with on the radio, I used to patronize it. That's how we started out in the school. So we get the name and we make the popular start St. Anthony Technical High School. So that's how we really started up Bunty Killer. When Capleton come out with the song, after I left from Jamaica, Ghana foreign pan tour.
Yes.
I wrote a song after that. I say after I left from Britain, Ghana, Greater Portmore. You know what I mean? So many different artists inspire me in the initial stage of my career.
And yes. as Bounty Jr., I in my research I realized that you were, as a teenager, you were doing talent shows and school concerts, but then you eventually changed your name by the time you turned 16. So talk to us about what prompted that name change from Bounty Jr. and how you ended up with Warrior King.
Well, the name change from Bounty Jr. was my first artist name, and then. True, Bounty Killer clash everybody at the time, and my schoolmate used to say, yo, if Bounty Killer hear him name, I clash it too, So I say, I don't want to get into that clash thing there, you know what I mean? Even though we used to clash at school and things, I don't want to get into the clash thing with them. So we changed from Junior, Bounty Junior to Junior Kid. You understand? And along the journey, I meet a virgin called Steady Ranks, a bull bear, through my brother, my bigger brother named Junior Tass, So we meet Steady Ranks now. Steady Ranks say, yo, you're no longer a kid because I grow, through the journey and the time, over the process of time, I grow in my talent. So you say you're no longer a kid, you're a king. So the name changed from Junior King, Junior Kid to Junior King. Then when we get the inspiration, when we set up Rastafari now, that changed the whole vibration. When we get the call in and Jack chose me to do this work, this peculiar work, now it changed. People start calling me Powers because the whole Jack exchange and the change of my lyrical content and the whole vibration and the energy and the frequency when I move with. So Powers, but we never really stuck to it. Only certain people used to call me Powers, like in my immediate surrounding at the time. So, and we start associate with Frisco Kid now through a virgin called Freshfoot, who was my first manager at the time. Man, Freshfoot was good virgin, so Freshfoot used to carry me around Frisco Kid. One of the reasons is because he wanted to carry me around artists. Like Frisco Kid was well established at the time and still established, a legend, and enough respect to Frisco Kid. He wanted me to know that entertainers are normal human beings like everybody else. Them laugh, them smile, they get angry. Just all the human attributes him have, just like any human being. So he wanted me to get that vibration. So being around Frisco Kid just start calling me Warrior, And everybody in the sound in the Garvey Mead and the whole place start calling me Warrior King. So that's how we really get the name. Everything happens. That's how the name start come about, to be honest.
Wow, awesome story right there. Now, after high school, you studied human rights and African awareness at St. Andrews Technical College, and you also studied mechanical engineering at the National Tool and Engineering Institute. Did you actually pursue jobs in these respective fields, and how did you make the transition to music, if you did?
Well, music was always a part, even though I go to school and I get myself educated, because we know the importance of education from ever since. But all the time, I always say in my back of my head, it's like a car, like a motor vehicle out there, right? You have a motor vehicle, every motor vehicle have a spare tire. So even though I love music, I know I forget a good education. So in case the music thing don't work out, we've been around the industry for a while. And we see that a lot of men they are studio for years and years upon years and no opportunity not open for them. So I always say to myself, I make sure I get a good education. It means if anything happens, I can have something to fall back on, So so music was always a part, even pursuing my education. When we got a National Tool and Engineering Institute on Ashanai Road, we always had the music. As a matter of fact, the first time I meet Morgan Heritage, because they were one of some of the first people I recorded for. We used to leave from school, Entai, with the rest of school. So we used to leave from school, through Freshwood line up a link, up a mixing lab, and we got check Bulby. And through link up with Bulby, and going there week after week, we end up meeting Morgan Heritage and we record for them. So music was always a part. And when I go into the institution now, when we finish the course, we get a job. We're about to get a job, but as we get the job, the song just come out and blow up. Virtuous Woman came out within the same time. So we never bother pursue, we never get a chance to go in the industry, really and truly,
As you mentioned, Virtuous Woman, take us back to this defining moment in your career. 2001, you scored your first international hit because Virtuous Woman did create a storm, not just locally. Were you taken aback by how the song was progressing and the traction that you were getting from it? All right. It seems as if Warrior King is frozen. So we're going to ask Shamara from the programs department to assist in calling him via phone if this link does not work out via Zoom. So we'll try a telephone call. So while we wait for Warrior King, you hear him talking about his story. You hear, him telling us how he actually went from Bounty Jr. to adding Kid to his name and ending up using Warrior King. Interesting story there. Warrior, are you back with us?
Yeah, man. And my apologies about that, I mean,
all right, no problem. No, look here.
It didn't go up and down, but my apologies to people listening. So forward to the question you were asking.
Yeah, man, no problem. So we're going back to 2001. You scored your first international hit with Virtuous Woman. Take us back to this defining moment in your music career.
Well, Virtuous Woman, that song was produced by Michael Johnson and the Lion Paul label. So, we look for opportunities, through Garfield was the Freshfoot. And him link up with Michael Johnson, come there at school, and then every morning we used to link up, like every morning, come we used to run around, came on a spark over track. That's them time I live in a walk.
All right, I think the internet connection is really giving us a hard time. So, Warrior, what we're gonna do, we're gonna still stay on the Zoom, but we're gonna call you via phone to see if we can get a better connection, so we can have the conversation flowing. So again, Shamara, I'm going to ask you to just link up Warrior Fuino via phone, so we can have that conversation going, because we're having some technical glitches as it relates to the connection. Warrior did say he is in Westmoreland. The connection is not the greatest. I want a network to deal with. So we're waiting to hear from him. 2001, he scored his first international hit with Virtuous Woman, and we're waiting for him to take us back to this defining moment in his career. And, yeah, like what happened? What happened then, and how did it change his life? And did he really realize or thought that he could have garnered such success from the track? I played the song before, but guess what? We'll play it again. Virtuous Woman. No, wrong song. No, right song. Warrior, you're there?
Yeah, man, my apologies. I don't know what's going on the Wi-Fi.
Look here, no problem. It happens, but we're also going to have a backup plan. So we will call you via phone and see if that connection can work as well. So you are in the process of talking to us about the defining moment in your career, 2001, when Virtuous Woman hit and changed your life. Take us back to that moment.
I used to run around, came on a spark every morning, 5 o'clock, like maybe 5 times a week, So we leave from came on a spark one morning and we link fresh out, and he tell me, say, I have a rhythm from a person named Michael Johnson, Lion Paul. So I said, play me here. But when I start playing the rhythm, I said, what kind of rhythm is it? Come give me, man. To be honest, I said, what type of rhythm this? Because I remember I started out as a DJ, more upon the dancehall rhythm, you know what I mean? So him say, yo, go try all our vibes and find something for you, because opportunity come only once. And him say, water come from the pipe, you have to just make use side. So I say, all right, we want the break. So, we want the break. So any rhythm come, any opportunity come, we try write the song for it. So I go over my yard and write all our vibes on it, because, me always, them time we write songs in my bathroom. You used to lock up the bathroom and lock up the window them because of the echo sound and thing. And at the time, I think I read the philosophies and opinion of Marcus Garvey. So Marcus Garvey was the one who said, no real man can live without a woman, like night to day. So it's a woman to the man. And then at the same time, there was an article out of Mota Baruka and Yassa Safari. They write an article about who is a virtuous woman. So in the article, you can hear me, Kishima? You can hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, in the article, it was saying who was a virtuous woman. So the Mota Baruka and Yassa Safari were there debate on the topic. So they must say a virtuous woman is not a woman who never have sex before. Or a virtuous woman can be in a relationship where she experienced maybe more than one man, but because of some unfortunate situation, she get used and she have to move on, and them things do happen, So from that inspiration, and I read Proverbs 30, a man that finds a virtuous woman, who can find a virtuous woman because her price is more precious than gold and diamond. And a man that finds a virtuous woman receive a blessing from the Most High. So those are the inspiration behind the writing of the song. So that was in the whole mindset at the time. So that's how the song came, and we go studio. I think it was Anchor Studio, recording studio. And we go one time and we sing the song one time and everybody was so surprised. And then when you go home and feel so excited with it, from my iBias cassette at the time, it's an iBias cassette we had with the song on it. And then the producer called me about the day and said, I feel like you can do it better. So when him tell me that, I said, what do you mean, man, I can do it better? But at the same time, I said to myself, say, you're going, if you never like the song, I never see something in me, it wouldn't even say me if I come re-record it, because when studio time, you have to pay money for studio time, and I'm going to invest that time and energy and money for me. I say, yeah, man, what time? I'm telling me a time, I go forward, and we one take again. And calling out in the studio, I say, yo, the body, you're the man ride the bridge. But Kishima tell you honest truth, when him talk about bridge at the time, I never know what name bridge. I say, what kind of bridge am I talk about?
Yes.
So when I just chew after me, and chew me, I have so much pride in myself at the time. I never even want to ask him, come me write the song, I write the song. Everywhere the rhythm move, me deal with it. But him talk about the bridge, I never overstand the bridge, and that was history. The song came out and had a great impact all over the world, not just in Jamaica, Africa, Europe, America, the Caribbean, China, Asia, everywhere in the world, North and South America. The song was a huge success.
No, absolutely. And then by 2002, your debut album, Virtuous Woman of the same name,
Yes.
was released by VP Records and spent 9 weeks on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. How did the success of Virtuous Woman impacted your career? Because here it is, you're starting out and you're just blowing up one go.
What I tell you, it's a big impact. I remember the first time I heard this song was on IRFM. You know, I can remember the date, March 6, 1:25 p.m. I think the first time I heard the song was Elise Kelly playing the song on IRFM. And I tell you, when the song played on the radio station, me never know me could have flick until that day, you know? So that was a joy. Me never know me could have boom flick or back flick, side flick, all kind of way me a flick. And then when me hear the song I play, me in a Waterford because we come off of the road and first shoot and assisting, I don't remember, you know, with Mama see, we come off of the road and it's like the whole Waterford I play the song because everywhere you listen, every bus I pass, every bike I pass, everything I pass, every house I play the song, you know? And it was exciting, man, and the impact on me personally, it ended up that even the song of me leave my community because of an unfortunate situation, you know, so it have it good and the advantage and disadvantage with the song.
We're gonna delve a little more as it relates to why because of the song you had to leave your community, but we have Cashpot coming up, so we're gonna go for a quick time signal. Stick and stay.
When me
Yeah, no
use
problem.
Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 12:59. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4. Hot pick and Cashpot lunchtime draws up next.
Shuba shuba day, shuba shuba, shuba 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 day, shuba shuba, shuba shuba day.
This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, June 9, 2022. I'm Taiba and welcome to the Supreme Ventures 1 p.m. live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. Remember now that all Supreme Ventures live games are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now let's put some money in your top draw for $600,000. Here are your winning numbers, so good luck. First up, we have the number 7. Your second winning top draw number is 13. Your third number, 17. Your fourth number coming down this afternoon is 20. Just in case you have plans for the jackpot, I gotta tell you, you are going to need 16. And now, let's quickly play with our dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. The winning numbers are coming your way. Starting things off is lucky number 34. The second winning dollars number is 26. Your third number coming down, that's 30. After 30, we have lucky number 12. Now, I do hope I'm calling your numbers. Here comes the number 2. After 2, we have a 15. Coming down slowly but surely, that's an 8. After 8, the number 1. What is next? 25. Let's wrap things up with the numbers 20, 31, as well as lucky number 5. So now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. The winning numbers are coming right up. First up, 33, and the second Pick 2 number is 9. So once again, 33 and 9 are your winning Pick 2 numbers. Up next, you can play it 3 ways. That's of course our Pick 3 game. Here we go. First up, we have a 0. The second Pick 3 number is a 3, and the third and final number this afternoon is also 3. So once again, 0, 3, and 3 are your winning Pick 3 numbers. It's time to turn up your winnings. Get ready for Pick 4. And you know the first winning number is 2. The second Pick 4 number, that's a 4. The third number, what's it gonna be? 6. And your fourth and final pick for number this afternoon is 2. So once more, your winning pick for numbers are 2, 4, 6, and 2. It is a winner. What do you say we heat things up with hot pick? Here we go. Now, this afternoon's winning hot pick number is lucky number 8. Congratulations to all our hot pick winners. Again, the winning number is 8. And Cash Pot Money Trainer Run. For this week, you win all of $290 for every $10 winning Cash Pot bet. Let's get ready to play our Cash Pot game for Thursday, June 9, 2022. You live to play, to vote. Can you win it? Get ready to be a big winner and let's see what the winning number is going to be. This afternoon's winning Cash Pot number is lucky number 12. Congratulations to all our Cash Pot winners. Again, the winning number is 12. And it's now time for some mega winnings. So, good luck to you. A white ball was selected. Go Mega 6 times per day for more chances to win big. So again, the winning Cash Pot number is 12. Like a mark head, and a white ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and Cash Pot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers, and of course, congratulations to everyone who won. New scratches now available. Get money slots and cash on the spot games right now. Win off right away. And please join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Taiba. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. Now, Warrior, before we went to cash pot, you were in the process of talking to us about the success of Virtuous Woman, and you mentioned that because of how massive the song was, eventually you had to move out of the community that you were living in. Talk to us about that and what actually forced you to move.
Well, I moved out about 5 o'clock in the morning or 4:30, I can remember. Because coincidentally, I was doing an interview on IRFM. And that really started the vibe, to be honest, because me and Freshfoot and a youth named Commando, who was a road manager at the time, we were driving in the car, but we had an interview on IRFM. I think E-Buzz or one of them programs that I talk about with Warrior King. She knew up on the scene, so they might interview me. I don't remember if you were interviewing me or Andrea Williams, what interviewed me at the time. So when we were up on the phone, I do the interview. Can we come from a place called Flatbush, like on Maryland Road, that's a Waterford. Them that's the gangster place in a Waterford between Flatbush and Boston. At the place all of the thugs them come from. So me grew up at Flatbush. You see? So when we in the car, I do the interview on the phone, and the window them wind up because we don't want external disturbance. So we are driving to the vehicle, and we pass them and from Flatbush, and they must stop it, but we are trying to give them signal. I with me, Freshfoot and Commando, they are trying to give them some signal. To tell them somebody upon an interview, me can't stop now. Me I try to drive and we reach up on my gate, and whenever they far from which part of them there, so me say we done the interview, me can go heal them up. So when we go down our gate now, it's like, I don't know if them take it offensive, them think we are disrespectful. Sometimes them see about them not overstand what really are going. So them come down about a couple of them will come down and start a fiction. So them start a fiction, Freshfoot go in front of me, and then box a Freshfoot hat. And it out forget a little way. Then I'm on bridge name's Richie, them call him Sucker, him come and intervene at the whole thing. But we are trying to keep the peace, I try to hold the order still. And then it created an argument, but like the people them come out on them, I know when excitement starts, I know Warrior King with us about all the attention upon me at the time. So we said them all call the police and all kind of thing. So it kind of quelled there and then. So it's like the friction happened, it reached all over the place. So people start coming from all different angles. Man are coming from Taspin, man are coming from different part of Waterford. So what you want to do? I mean, as a man, I said to myself, what is Imperial Majesty that do? That I said to myself, that I said to myself, so everything good, man. We don't really want no violence. We don't want no, because people you have some people that want to take it up on it, but me never, as a Rastafari, that wasn't, me no want that to happen. You know, coming to me love so much. That whole community. So me said, no, we don't really want to, for everything good, man. So we go back on the road, I think, and when we come back in the evening, my mother tell me, say, some man come there and say, them are going to kill me, all kind of thing. You understand? And we say, eh? So we go back on the road the following day and at the night, then put up a poster with the first album with the Virtus Woman. I'm in a full white. I don't know if you know that poster there, Kishima. I'm in a full white.
Yes, I've seen it. With the hands clasped.
Put the poster up on the gate. A big one, a big poster, and big. But Mike, I know me not so tall, so maybe tall about my height. You understand? And them took out my eye and my mouth and said them are going kill me and this and that. And my mother started get scared. My mother said, yo, better get the place a break. So me just call, me road at the time, that a commander, Dwight slap him come from Olaba. And Fresh Shoot, all the way Greece, say, yo, go on. Fresh Shoot have an auntie in a Lynn State, that place named Charlie Mount. So she said she have a house there where nobody not live there. It available. So it's a Fresh. Me work so hard, reach. I'm not make them obstacle. I'm not get myself in violence. You know, how we are trying to keep the people. To myself, what I listen that's the first that do in a situation like this. So it kind of put me. I don't know if you know about the Italian War in 1935 to 41 when Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. I don't know if you're familiar with the history of that, Kishima.
No, I'm not. But talk to me.
Yeah, Mussolini invaded Ethiopia through Italian War. They want to conquer Ethiopia. But His Majesty should have more arms, more modern technology, more modern weapons and so forth. With advice, advisors, and he decided to go to England for 5 years. So me consider the whole situation I'm going through in Waterford, similar to His Majesty. I have to leave Waterford about 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30. I would just drive out. I leave with a scannel bag, me with the underpants and 2 shirts and a jeans pants. I think all of the scannel bag at the time. And that, you know, even though the success of the song was the happiest moments of my life, but it was also some of the stressing moments of my life. I'm saying I keep on getting called. And my mother still there in Waterford at the time. A man said I'm going to do this and that and that. So I avoid the community for a while, you know. For a while, I avoid the community. But I go down there sometime, I'm going to some unmarked vehicle. People don't know, I'm going to check my bridge in them, see me and all that vibe. And, you know, and that was that situation there. You know, never further from that. You know, people have different story where them say and hear different things I'm hear, you know, from different sources. I laugh sometimes, but, you know, sometimes you have to just do what you have to do. And just, can you get a call for do this work? I've seen P and Majesty and probably that's the first. I say, I'm not going to make 2 trivial things because getting up violence with them, my brethren them I grew up with, and all of us grew up on the same corner. All of us used to play football, you know. Sometimes we used to go over the river to swim. So we never, he's a peace-loving person, but we can be violent if we want, if necessary, but we never see it necessary to get violent at the time. So we just avoid that and focus on it. So it was very a stressful period for me, to be honest. It was very stressful because I grew up in that era. And so when you get the breaks, certain things that you want to do and bring more love and peace to the community. You know, so that they happened at the time, you know. So people have different versions of the story, but I tell you my version, what me experienced myself.
Right. Okay. And you know, it is so crazy because here it is, all of this is happening and it's a very serious situation. And I can just imagine how concerned you must have been about your mom. But that did not slow down the pace of Warrior King and how the song was doing internationally, because the following year, 2003, here it is, you're touring with Luciano and also the Abyssinians. Take us back to this significant moment and share with us what it was like touring with these musical greats.
I tell you, them set the foundation for Warrior King. First, Luciano, we get a call from Copeland Forbes. You know, Copeland Forbes was Luciano's manager at the time. You know, he used to manage, you know, some of the greats like Peter Touch, you know, Master Kifitsto, Gregory Isaac, may him rest in peace. So we get a call from Copeland Forbes. Them say, we want to do a tour in North America with Luciano. I say, what? The man like my mentor, you know? Enough respect to Luciano, you know? So that tour now we did like some part, like North America, some part of the States and in Canada. So with touring with Luciano, it was my first experience of what a tour is, you know? So we do about 14 shows, to be honest. We do about 14 shows, back-to-back, non-stop, 14 shows. And the first time I experienced winter, so it did kind of rough for me with the singing every night. It was cold, but maybe a 30-minute set before Luciano. But the people that so love me so much that I couldn't do nothing wrong. And because of that tour with Luciano in America, it cement Warrior King. So me build a fan base in America. And with the tour now, it's like we learn a lot of things. You know, we learn a lot from Luciana. Maximum respect to Luciana and the whole crew at the time. You know, we learn a lot, like in terms of discipline and principle. Being on tour, you have to be punctual, because if you come downstairs and you're late, the bus, you might have to find yourself to the next location, on your own, out of your own pocket. You know, so, you know, it teaches you discipline and punctuality with performance. If you get 30 minutes, you have to do 30 minutes, you can't do less than 30 minutes, or over 30 minutes. So that experience was great, you know, touring, singing the songs, and every song you sing to the people them know. It was a good vibes, you know, different places to go, different environment, different setting. So it was very good. And then we do Europe now with Abyssinians. Abyssinians now was our next great tour, because, you know, Abyssinians, there's a land far, far. We grew up on the music. They inspire Warrior King through Rastafari inspiration from them time. So with Abyssinian now, we do about 35 shows in 7 weeks. So Kishima, you 35 shows a week. I'm telling you, sometimes we drive 24 hours from one location to the next. Sometimes we drive 10 hours. The least hour, I think we drive about 8 hours. So we have tour bus, we have a bed on the bus, we have bathroom on the bus, and we have a chef on the tour. You know, so that was an experience, man. That tour, along with Luciana tour, the first show, made me teach me versatility and help me build my performances, because sometimes when I do show back to back 6 days a week, and sometimes the day after I get up, maybe if you drive or get the clothes clean up and thing for the next show the following day, it teaches you have to be skillful and creative, because sometimes your voice gone, and sometimes you have to perform your hour set or your 45 minutes set, depends upon the type of show and the time when you get for the performance. So it teaches you have to be skillful. Sometimes you have to make the musician them do them thing. I'm going to put on 2 skank or dance, because my voice is good sometimes, but we still have to make sure we honor our contract.
Yeah.
We have to honor our contract. You sign a promoter or a booking agent or whoever organize the tour. If you get 30 minutes or 45 minutes or hour or 90 minutes, you have to honor your contract. So that was the experience touring Abyssinian. You know, so it's like I was school again, just like Luciana. Not just musical school, but spiritual school. Because, you know, with the Abyssinian, when I told people like Luciana and Abyssinians, you get an old school, not just a musical, but spiritual. Because we are reasonable Rastafari every day. We watch documentaries on the bus. We watch performances, we other tours, we pass and go with different artists. And the whole journey, you know. I can remember one time, we up on the tour bus with Luciana. I think we have a show, but by the time we reached the show, by the time we left from one show, Kishima, to the other show, it was just in time to go right on stage. So I run out in my t-shirt. Because them time I think we meet, we run out in my t-shirt and my jeans, but Luciana pulled back and said, "No, youth, what you do? What you do? You see a proper representation, but put on your clothes. If they have to wait, just to put it on fast. Sometimes we don't get forbid. So we have to just put our clothes and we head right, because the tour bus, as you come out of the tour bus, you walk right on stage in some places, you know what I mean? So enough respect to Luciana, Abyssinians, give thanks, set that foundation for Warrior King. Always grateful, you know?
Wow, we're going to go for another quick time signal, Warrior. Don't go anywhere.
Right here, man. Right.
Are you a tourism worker? Then sign up for the Ministry of Tourism's innovative Tourism Workers Pension Scheme and retire in comfort. The time by the Ministry of Tourism is...
It is now 1:15. Now, you know, Warrior, what do you say to persons who say, boy, Warrior King's come up in the industry was like one of the quickest, like it just happened in no time? Because from one song, Virtuous Woman, it just basically propel you to the next level. And, you know, by the time you put out your album, you're touring with these musical greats who are in the heights of their career. Do you feel that way sometimes when you reminisce or reflect on your journey and how you got started?
Well, when we just say to them people now, you know, I was born for this, and it has been years of preparation, because even when I didn't get the break, my mindset was always preparing. So even I was the artist that coming up that if something happened, like we go studio and maybe nothing happen or opportunity never show its way, I always tell myself, so what I need to develop, what I need for honest, all right? I sing on the rhythm, and by the time I reach the second verse, I get tired, so I say I need physical fitness, so I dip on the track, I came on a spark. I realize I repeat myself, and I'm writing, I just start, because I love books, I love read books, you know, I love to read a lot, you know? So when that whole thing was just a mystic, I'm telling you, we just get a divine, a different type of blessing. His Majesty, His Imperial Majesty, give me a different blessing. You know, because even though my wife is my manager, but both of us acknowledge that His Majesty is really our manager. He's the one doing everything for us, you know. So me acknowledge it from day one, from the first time I step foot in the industry. We know that His Majesty, no matter who come or who go, His Majesty, from me, have Him around me as my guide and my strength and my protector. He's the one do everything. So even the first song being so successful, because a lot of artists, how much artists in the industry, the first song what them put up becomes so successful, not just in Jamaica, but even a place where people speak different languages. People speak French, German, people speak African languages, Japanese languages, and the song just go all over the place. And it took me for a while. So one at the time, people wonder if me disappear from the scene, but they want to imagine the amount of work on me I do. Me I tour North and South America, me I tour Europe, we do all over the Caribbean. We do Japan, we do Japan Splash, we do the clubs them. So sometimes people maybe not see Warrior King on the local scene. Sometimes even the artists them at Jamaica now work hard as me I work, you know, because we have to show back to back and we have move up and down a different time zone. So people who said them things, it was like, it happened so quick. I just the way the most I set it for I. Everybody journey different. Some people are sing a lot of songs and then get the break, maybe after the 10th song, after the 20th song, after the 3rd song. But for me, it was the first major release for Warrior King that just go right through the door. You know, and it was a powerful song up to this day.
No, absolutely. And, you know, in songs like Virtuous Woman, Empress So Divine, Baby Girl, among others, you know, you always seem to put a positive spotlight on women. Why do you put so much focus on messages to uplift women through music, which is brilliant, but you know, yes, your reason as it relates to why you make this conscious effort?
Yeah, number one, my love for women, my love for my mother, you know, my love for my sisters, them, you know. And one of the main reasons why I see me put so much emphasis on writing these type of, when we sing love songs, if you notice, as I said a while ago, it's not just baby, baby, I love you. Like Baby Girl, the song you played not too long ago, I said no woman in this world could never replace you. The type of message I'm putting tonight is really for compliment and strengthen the woman. So the main reason why I write them type of love songs is because we were taught from school days and even at the churches, we were taught about God the Father, but we weren't taught about God the Mother. Because you can't have a father without a mother. You understand? So and when we read the metaphysical Bible dictionary, when we read my Bible, and you tell you and you look up like the Holy Spirit in the Hebrew language, it means the feminine aspect of God. So me always I try, even this first song, Virtuous Woman, I try to bring the balance with the male and the female, the father God and the mother God, the goddess. You know, so we always I try to bring that balance to make people know, say, when you praise God the Father, praise God the Mother also, it's a balance. That's why when Haile Selassie first, in 1930, the 2nd of November, when he was crowned, he was the first Ethiopian emperor on record who was crowned with his wife, Empress Wazira Menin, at the same time, and also his son, Asta was crowned. So the whole Trinity, a mother, father, and child. So as I say, when we grow up our youth, the educational system not teach you about God the Mother. The church system we have now not teach you about God the Mother. So we as the musicians will get the divine inspiration from the Most High. You know, if we emphasize those things so the people of the world can know, and we have to do it in some simple, subliminal ways in our music so the people can know. So when we go up on an interview and you ask me questions like these, I have to share it, you know, because women should play equal roles in our day-to-day activity. And in ancient Egypt and Kemet and Ethiopia, Kush, all those places, the women were always right beside the man, you know, the king and the queen, the gods and the goddess. The fear always, if you watch pictures in Egypt or Kemet, when they see the Pharaoh and stand up beside him, queen, she's the one to protect him. She's like his great advisor, just like Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, if it wasn't for his wife, Amy, all the publication, like the philosophies and opinion, all the books, it wouldn't be published if it wasn't for her. You know, Empress Menin was instrumental in advising His Imperial Majesty. So we always have to emphasize God the Father, God the Mother. It's a balance because I'm a father now. I have children. I would never be a father unless there's a mother in the picture. You understand? So
thing.
The way I became a father because me make a union with a woman. She became a mother too, you know, and I'm a father, and we have children, and we have a child. So that is the whole essence of the whole reason why I write the type of songs we write. Well, when it comes to female, because female are goddesses, and they should know themselves, and they should carry themselves in that manner, you know. You understand? In terms of the actor.
Listening to you speak, Warrior, and you yourself, you have also said it, we can clearly see how the teachings and philosophies of Rastafari has helped to shape your life and influence your music. Is this knowledge something that you pass on to your children as well as it relates to, the values and the values that you want to impart on them, or you want to allow them to make their own decision?
100%. I passed on to the youths them because it's a parent's responsibility to grow up a child the way them is fit and right. If my son or my daughters or my sons and my daughters want to choose a different way, really big, so be it. But at least I can say I have laid that foundation for them. We teach them the pictures them in my house. You see Garvey picture, you see his Madison picture, you see all the great men and women, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, all the great people, even from ancient time, Empress, all the great empresses, Makeda, all the great empresses from Africa. We surround and them ask me, who is this? And I tell them, I show them and we try. The best way me teach my youth is by being an example. My youth, them always around me most of the time. So being an example and the mother being an example, so that's the best way we teach them. But if we listen, we don't play some type of music in the house. Because I love music, so I listen a variety of artists like Sizzla, I listen Burning Spear, different type of music, and the youth them hear the music, we listen, the documentaries and the lectures that we watch and listen, we turn it up loud in the house so them can hear it as well. So they are learning every day, not just by telling them or try pushing it down their throat, but by living the exemplary life. So, not with Empress Perfect, but we try our best to be a light in the world, because the family unit is very important. The family structure is very important, So that's why you see we always, when you see me on the back of field or stage show, you see my wife and sometimes you see her with the baby on the breast and the two other one around there, because of the family thing, because of that way there, the African way, and the system we rule now, I try to break up the family values, so we try to keep it, no matter how hard it is sometimes, so we try to hold that standard and that discipline.
As a parent, Warrior, and you're very strict in terms of the foundation and the discipline. You're keen on that. That is of great importance to you. What are your thoughts on the recent situation where a video surfaced online that showed a student and a teacher in an altercation? As a parent, and a member of the society and somebody of influence, what do you think about that situation that transpired?
Well, that situation is very sad. I saw the video. It wasn't the full video, like how it started and everything. The people, according to the report, them said the teacher was right and the student. But when we watch the video, to be honest, with the video where I saw, me never see where the child was being violent, to be honest. I never try to avoid the fight. But I'm saying I don't know how it started out, you know what I mean? I don't know how it started, but it's very sad. But you see what happened in Jamaica now, the whole system, the type of music we play, everything, the curriculum, the whole setup, the type of food that you them eat, the type of juice them drink, or alcohol them drink, everything contribute to that, the breakdown. Because when we grew up, Kishima, what Tanganity Primary School, we can remember specifically a teacher name is Christina. All the teachers them when we go to school back in the day, them always have a belt or a sticker. Every one of the belt and sticker have a name. And one get licked from them stick there. So I think when the government of Jamaica take out that type of discipline out of the schools, it's a big breakdown. No respect, no day again. Because I never imagine I ever think of to fight as teacher in our school. Even if she wrong, I never try to fight her. And she personally should have report him to the dean of discipline or the principal or something, So I don't know the full story, but I must say two wrong can't make a right too. But it's a sign for sure the breakdown of society we are going to use.
No, absolutely. And I think you put it perfectly into perspective, because when we look at the situation, we have to be careful about the message that we're sending, because it's a video that went on across social media platforms, and you don't want this type of behavior to become a trend. And in the same breath, you also want people to understand that situations can be solved in a different manner. But back to you, Warrior. What do you enjoy most about being a parent and a husband?
When I love my wife,
But most.
It's good to be and watch them grow. you know, and a lot of things we learn from our parents, and we learn from my father, we learn from my mother. You know, we instill in the youth them, you know, because the tradition there, we keep that ancient tradition, you know. So being a parent is just a drive, see them grow and see them happy, you know, and see them go in the right way, and them they love education, they love to learn. So it's a joy to even that I have acquired so much knowledge and still learning same way, because we never stop to learn. I acquired so much knowledge, share with them when them ask a question. It feel good as a parent when you can answer them, you know. So it just a vibe, you know. It's just a joy. It's just a tradition where even them have become a parent one day. So it's a drive for us to keep that tradition going on. That's one of the greatest feeling. You know, it's wonderful. You know, when somebody love you and they say, Daddy, I love you. And no matter where you're going out the road and they come home, man, I see this feeling when them jump on your chest, or sometimes them fast asleep on your chest, or them they ask some question, or when me a jog, me and him go jog up the road, or we play football together, you know, with that ask some question. And come he's a man who go river a lot in Keshima. Almost every day with their youth seminar. So watch him swim, we teach him how to swim, we jump up into the water, we're in a mega sex at St. Elizabeth. So it's a good vibe. It's a wonderful feeling to be a parent, you know?
Now, musically, what's next for Warrior King?
Musically, what's next? We have a new album named Truth coming out, I think sometime in October, you know? And it's the beautiful thing about it's on my label, Roots Warrior label. That's my label that's owned by McQueen and I, Leslie. So I'm a lot instrumental in the production aspect of this album, you know? It's called Truth, and to have some special guest appearances on it too. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be very huge. I'm confident it's going to be very huge.
Awesome. Now, you know what I wanted to ask you, Warrior, because the pressures of life sometimes and the challenges that comes with being a part of the music industry. And, you know, sometimes we have seen where conscious entertainers compromise their mission of positivity and consciousness because of what they're experiencing and whatever the situation is. What keeps Warrior King grounded and on his mission and focus on your purpose?
Well, what we can say about that question, we can answer that question now. We can say, you see the foundation that I got with my parents, and then we come find Haile Selassie and Empress Minna as a Rastafari. Me not see nothing in the earth that can move me and make me sing something out of the order what me supposed to represent, you know? Because me represent the kingdom of the Most High, you know, through the teachings of His Majesty and the exemplary life of His Majesty and Her Imperial Majesty. So I don't see anything that can make me go astray, you know, from that. But it's everybody different because the system tough and the system rough and the system designed to distract you from the truth, as SZA in our one song. And you know, so many are called for your chosen. The race is not for the swift, but who can endure. You know, them old time saying we grow up on. So me surround myself with people like Brother Followed, you know, you have Kari, my brethren, them, my queen keep me well grounded. So I think a lot of the brethren them have to balance themselves with a good woman. Because to me, any man in our creation, any Rasta man, any Christian, any Muslim, whatever your religious persuasion may be, you see, once you have a solid queen beside you, I think, and she up on the same vibration and frequency where you depend and you focus on a righteous path, there's no power on earth that can move you.
No, absolutely. And yeah, man, I'm hearing you. That is absolutely well said, because balancing all that we do is vital. And you need a solid person beside you, don't it? To stand with you. And finally, Warrior King, because we are on the button, what advice would you give?
On the button already?
I know, with all the technical glitches that we had initially, I had to just cut and go through as fast as I can. Enough more questions we have, you know. But
we can extend the time and talk a little bit more. Because enough people tune in all over the world, you know. Not just in Jamaica, but
you know what? We're definitely gonna have to invite you for a part 2, because you know how it is in Radio Land, bills to pay and things to do and all them things that we sort out. But you know, what advice?
Before you ask, I pray before you ask question, I want to say a lot of youths out there, whether male or female, I do beautiful conscious music. I love the radio station, them free up enough of the youths them, you know, free up the youths them, because see what going on in society, we see the crime and we see what going on. But the artists them, I not fight against no artists, because I don't come to fight no one, you know. But the truth is, a lot of youth, you have Yeza, you have 5-Star General, Celestial, you have Muta Baruka Jr., you have so much youths right now Me say I do some positive music. You have as a lineage, you know. I me say I have a whole part of them I do positive music, but I'm not hearing them as frequently as I should. I me feel like that could have helped contribute and make the crime thing and the mentality of the youth them adjust a little bit. Me not say it's the only factor where cause the crime and violence, but it can help with the curving, you know what I mean, of them things, you know?
Absolutely. Now, for somebody who is listening now, Warrior, what advice would you give to a conscious young artist who is on his journey on the road to success and is waiting patiently for his break or her break?
Well, the first advice I give that one, the conscious artist, whether be male or female, is the first. See yourself as an instrument in the hands of the Most High. That's the first advice I give that person. And you have to be passionate about music because the music industry, the industry I talk about, it's not so nice. You know, music industry can get crazy. It can make you turn a gunman. It can turn into all different type of thing if you're not passionate and know why you started. You see that thing. When you're passionate about what you're doing, you always remember why you started the journey. You understand? So you have to be passionate about the music and try to always grow. Because you don't stay on one level, always grow. Try to be a better writer, a better singer. If you ever learn to play an instrument, you have the vocal training. I know sometimes you're coming up as a young artist, it's kind of expensive, but sometimes you have a little virgin or somebody who know them stuff. You can go and get a little hour every week, and you can go up on YouTube nowadays. Because everything up on YouTube, you can harness your talent. In the meantime, you get the break. And next good advice I give them, learn the business aspect of it. You see, that's very, very important because music business. You have the music and you have the business aspect of the thing. So you have to learn the business aspect of the music. You know, and know, say as an artist, you have to have a team, you have to have your manager, whether personal manager, business manager, your booking agent, your accountant, a good lawyer. You know, so you have to know the roles and function of each individual, you know, and your team. So when you know all them things, you won't get confused. You say, this man a rob you, or this man a this, or this man a that, or this woman that, because you already have the knowledge what a person is supposed to do and how you're supposed to compensate them for them work, you know, and so forth, you know what I mean? So that's the advice I have to give them, and be resolute. I must say, if you face failure, try again, because we never stop trying. Because there are a lot of obstacles. Obstacles come in many forms, so you have to just know if you go around them, you can't dwell upon the problem, just push forward and continue doing what you're doing. You know, so that's the advice to the youths, them, you know, who are coming to music, be it male or female.
Wow, absolutely brilliant, Warrior King. Thank you so much for taking time out. We're gonna have to match up things for a part 2. Already the messages are coming in on WhatsApp. This person says, yes, Kishima, these are the interviews that I love. Very inspirational, educational, no bragging, no boasting, just natural. It's Dion from Exchange said that. This person says, good day, blessed day. Interesting interview, Warrior King 100. He is one of the best that Jamaica produced. His music is so inspiring, uplifting, and touching. His music influenced me in many ways. Continue to do what you're doing. Best Rastafari. I love and guidance, my brother. Andrew and the Chalice Crew out of Greenwich Farm. That.
With your false doctrine, your false teaching.
And DJ Matrix say, extend a big up to Warrior King for me, you know. Merry Christmas. What a breath of fresh air.
You have the respect for the king.
This one says, good afternoon. I am a listener of Irie and I would be happy to see a video the friction with the teacher and the schoolboy. It's available for me to get a view. All right. And to that person, onto something different. The person says more life and blessings to Warrior King and all the best from Carrion, aka Shortman Juice. This one says awesome interview, Kishima, with Warrior King. Keep up the good work, you know, Mr. King. Is coming from Carrie.
Guidance, never
this one says nice interview. Big up to Warrior King. It's Dave from Fletcherland, you know. This one says blessings. Hail, you know, love the interview. Big up to Warrior King. Everything him say. Facts always. Maria Tim, you know, from him come out is King Money from Maybole said that.
Give it all the powers.
This one says Kishima, solid interview. Warrior King, in life you got to keep going and don't let nothing stop you. Just keep moving. See him so. Says Cash Blessed Love, you know. enough. And Irie greetings, Lady Blossom. Warrior King is a real warrior. Enjoy the interview to the fullest. Someone says, big up to Warrior King is Ricardo Porteous. Barry Back said, what a nice interview. You always ask the right questions. Big up to Warrior King. Big up to Glenn Goss. This one says, blessed love, more life. Warrior King, lovely interview, you know. Bless up to the King and tell him to continue the most high work. Kish ask him if he remember 206 when we were up by the School of Vision. Coming from J. Sean, Christos aka Sean Facey from Old Harbor Bay. 21 of June is my Earth Strong. Alright, happy early birthday. Message me again so I can shout you out. Alright, Warrior King, the messages are coming in. Again, I say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and taking us on your journey and sharing with you. Respect.
Never do what heathens do, cause Rastafari give all the God.
And you know we're doing the big one here from the top, you know.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Why? Rastaman upon pagans, so I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give all the guidance. I'll never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are real substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give all the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no God, so mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that is seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, with obvious that is drifting. You have the respect for the King of all kings, so his name I'll be always exalting. So I'll never go with pagan.
Introducing Wendy's new fries. Get to Wendy's and try our new hot and